Jeez. What's up, Roshan? I'm wearing a great sweater.
That's a great sweater. I did think it was a football team sweater at first until you pulled it up.
Washington Commanders, psych. Washington State. We're back with another episode of the Second Nine podcast. Commish, let's
Episode
do it, baby. We're
episode
in
6, I
season
think.
now.
But yeah, week one in the books.
Wow, week
Um,
one was crazy.
you're looking at two losers right here on the screen. So
We're like two big losers after power ranking each
power
other at the
rankings,
top of the
draft
list.
grades, a lot of L's on this pod. But there there is a win that I think I would like to share, and that is from our winner of the game of the week, who couldn't join us on the pod, but sent us a nice little video. So
Yeah, we out here. Week 1 winner of game of the week. Yoffing with some straight up pitches right now. As bad a freaking worm burns one up the fairway. I got one thing to say though. Josh, your team is trash, bro.
Oh my
How could
God.
you dare grade your freaking team an A? How dare you? Sickening. I don't care
Talking
what
with a
freaking
Tiger Woods
fantasy
hat on.
football podcast you listen to. That is a terrible team. The only proven winners you have on that team,
Washington Commanders
Derrick
looking
Henry,
polo.
who's not going to catch any passes out of the backfield. Javonte Williams, who is going to split quarter. He's going to
Javonte
split
caught
time
11
with
passes.
freaking Melvin Gordon. And Michael Pittman is not even proven yet.
Michael Pittman had
Irv
30
Smith,
points.
if you told me
whack
that man had never
son of a
caught a
bitch.
touchdown pass in his life, I would believe you. Actually, he might not have ever caught a touchdown pass, ever. So,
It's looking like Julio Jones out
all in
here.
all, yeah, Trey Lance. What has that fool done?
Trey
Nothing.
Lance is in a
Hasn't done
monsoon.
anything. Your team is so not proven.
Yo, speak
that
with your
how
chest,
dare
boy.
you give yourself an A on the draft grade? Just, yeah. Well, anyways, I mean, you proved how bad your team is in week 1. But yeah, that's all I had to
see week
say.
12.
I mean, my team's looking pretty solid. Facing Martin's team this week, who's pretty good, but he's not going to get as lucky as he did in week 1.
Gabe's talking to me like he's
there's the father of
forgetting
the year.
Aaron Rodgers had 3 points. Is that bad?
Yeah, boys. I wish I could join the pod live to
Well,
discuss a little bit more,
Gabe,
but
look,
I'm sure I'll have another game of the week that I'll win
Smash.
later on this
Slap
year,
my
so I'm
cheeks.
sure I'll get on there.
I love the trash
But
talk.
love y'all.
I respect it.
Ow.
I'm still a little salty because you left the draft early. I mean, I don't know what kind of bitch ass does that. But I'm going to see you week 12. Aaron Rodgers was a dud, and I think my team's got a lot to prove. So, yeah, you know what? Doesn't feel good after the power rankings, but we're going to come back strong.
yeah, I was about to say, I feel like you're lucky that Gabe isn't on the pod, because I think he wouldn't let you get away with all the talk and during
The
the
boy was
reactions.
whispering to me during his smack talk. If you're going to talk some trash, talk it from the top of the mountain, like not from away from all
Yeah.
the people you're playing golf with.
All right, let's get into the power rankings from week 1.
All right, let's do it.
So the power rankings actually came together analytically. Josh and I didn't have anything to do with these grades, because if proven by our draft grades, we were pretty wrong. So I think the league together gained some animosity towards us, which is good. Like light putting fuel on the fire. So can you add my screen to the?
Yes, sir. Added.
Cool. So this is the power rankings for week 1. You can see in this column. I'll be tracking them every week, see how things change. So this was week 0, the results of the draft grade. And without further ado, let's get into Martin. I'll pop them open because Josh, you had a couple notes for Martin. I took some notes on some other teams, but for power rankings each week, we'll follow this format called points, punt, pick, similar to the thought exercise Rosebud Thorn. So
Getting
Rose
emotional out here.
Rose, what were your pros of the week? What is good? Thorn, what was bad? And Bud, what are you looking forward to? So point, what was good? Punt, what are you looking forward to? And then pick what went bad. So Josh, why don't you talk about Martin's team, and we'll keep these pretty quick.
Sure. Yeah, I was with Martin all weekend, so it was not a lot of fun seeing him just thrive while I was crashing and burning. But Martin's point, man, he got Barkley in the second round,
Yeah.
looking like potentially the steal of, the beginning of the draft here.
Yeah.
Could be a top 5 running back. That was awesome to see Barkley bounce back like that. Punt, Lamar barely had any rushing yards, and he still got 20 plus points. He only had 3 rushing attempts. So Lamar's gonna
That'll
be
change.
a beast. Like
Yeah.
give Lamar 50 rush yards to his point total, and gonna be a lot different. Martin's looking locked. And Martin's pick, honestly, I couldn't come up with one. His team's looking really solid right now. Head to toe. His kicker even had a great week.
When you're about to score 200 points, there are no picks.
Picks.
There's no cons. All right, so next on the list is Brandon. Strong showing at number 2 in the power rankings, coming from my D+ grade, and I feel like I have to give a formal apology for that grade. But I will say I'm loving the trash talk that Brandon is bringing. So here we'll start with my points. Justin Jefferson. I mean, you talked about Barkley being the steal, but Justin Jefferson, even if you picked him at 5, like it's going to be so fun to watch him every week for the next few years.
You and me both passed up on him.
Yeah. Punt, something to look forward to. I do think Renfro will have many much better games. The Raiders played really weird on week 1, and Devontae Adams had 17 targets, which I'll bring up for later on. But Renfro should have better games. And then, for my pick, your Allen injury is definitely a concern. So I'm going to bat it 3.
Bada, baby. All right. Your point, AJ Brown was a beast. And honestly, like I didn't think Hurst was going to come out throwing like that. I thought he was going to be a runner. I mean, they were really passing I was not expecting to. So AJ Brown's a beast. Hurts can throw. The punt. I wrote this before I even knew Najee was injured. Like I was going to say better days ahead for Najee, but if he has a real Liz Frank injury, I mean, I think as a running back, there's a chance Najee's going to get injured and out for the season. Yeah. I'm pretty shocked he didn't pick up Warren.
He put a bid in, but I just outbid him.
Bada, you should have put up 50 fab for that. I mean, you fucked up. Pick the Lamb. I mean, Lamb and the entire Cowboys offense are in trouble.
Cowboys are toast. Yeah.
If Bada's first 2 picks are toast, get ready for the loser punishment, boy.
Yeah, but I will say, Bada, hey, if you want to trade, just let me know. I'm down to trade. I have Warren. I will give him to you for a pretty low cost. So
yeah, Roshan wants draft picks.
I want draft picks. I'm hoarding. All right, Gabe, another super hot team. I mean, winner of Game of the Week. Really great surprise with Clyde Edwards-Helaire, like in the points that he was showing. I mean, the Chiefs did not miss a step this year. They're going to be another year of another high-powered offense, but also Waddle shook off any concerns with adding Tyreek, and then Deebo Samuel in a really ugly game in Chicago proved he was still a stud. A-Rod, Josh, you said I think he had 3 points or something like that.
3 points.
That'll definitely change. But I mentioned this in the draft grades. When you have A-Rod and Dak, you'll be kind of deciding between the two of them each week, and losing Dak. And if A-Rod, actually doesn't have better weeks ahead, that's going to be definitely a weakness, honestly, for a really good team, especially with some of the quarterbacks on other rosters like Allen and Herbert and Hurts and Lamar, like scoring almost 30 points. You got to get some good quarterback points there.
Gabe, I'm open for trades. I got a backup QB that you might want.
Yeah. All right, Mitch.
All right, Mitch. So Mitch's first 2 picks, his first two round picks produced just like they were supposed to. I think they're going to be solid all year long. And there is some injury concern all of a sudden with Swift on the ankle, but like people are saying he's still going to play. But Swift balled out. That was great to see because he got so much preseason hype.
Yeah, he looked so good.
Yeah, the punt is Mitch's team is only going to get better with Cordell in his starting lineup. Mitch had him on the bench.
I think
him. All the fantasy stuff I heard about Cordell Patterson in the offseason was like he wasn't going to have a season like last, but he came out swinging this year with Atlanta. I mean, he seems to be Atlanta's only option. And then the pick, it just sucks to lose after putting up big points like that.
Yeah.
Brandon showed out too. I think Mitch had a loss by one of the closest margins. So
yeah,
sucks to put up points and lose to another team that put up tons of points as well.
Yeah, but he's up there in the power rankings, and like I said, this was all pulled straight from like the sleeper data, sleeper analytics, and one of the things where the metrics was expected wins, and I mean that just means sleeper thinks that Mitch is going to win a lot of games. So
yeah,
bright days ahead for Mitch. It's going to Matt. Yeah, so I did Matt's. I feel like maybe you did more so than I did, but there was a lot of trash talking about Matt's team, being old and whatnot, but all of his players just kind of showed up and they did what they needed to do, and they seem to be in much more positive situations than we originally thought. I think all their concerns, their post-draft concerns, kind of got quelled. There's still concerns for sure, but I mean, this is a great first start, and I think Matt has a lot of capital to work with this season.
Yeah, Michael Thomas balled.
Yeah, but Michael Thomas, and I mean James Robinson too. Like, it looks like those are going to be great value picks for him. My pick is Devontae Smith, and based off like what people are saying and how Jalen Hurts has been playing, it might just be like the AJ Brown show in Philly. Like, they have those 3-headed monster in the running back, I guess 4-headed with Jalen, and then Jalen can break open plays and then chuck it downfield to AJ Brown. So Devontae Smith might see bench down, if not drop down.
Very weird. Wasn't expecting that one.
For someone with that much talent, yeah.
Dan. All right,
Dan, our bottom of the power rankings, Dan ended up right in the middle.
Is Dan still bottom of the power rankings? No, he got bumped up a little bit.
At 7, yeah.
All right, Dan moved up in the power rankings, but like, look, don't get it fooled, man. Team's still trash. You have to work on the waiver wire this week. So his point, the first 2 picks are producing. Allen and Taylor, they were big hitters. That must have felt good. Bills Mafia all year long when you got Allen on your team. The punt, I mean, better days ahead for his tight end duo. Dan was like pretty controversial picking, what was it, Waller
and Andrews.
Andrews. And they were both like super average. I mean, look, I can't really speak because my tight end got 0 points. But I think better days are ahead for those two. And his pick, he has no bench. Now, Dan did make some waiver wire moves that were interesting. I think he got Robbie Anderson or Duvernay on the Ravens. Yeah. So we'll see how those work. I preferred the Samuels pickup, but no one was getting him over you. I mean, with what you spent.
Yeah.
So actually, his bench is still a little weak, but they got a little bit better.
So Matt was the one who actually got Robbie Anderson, and Dan got Devin Duvernay. Dan got Jeff Wilson. Yeah.
Oh, he got Jeff Wilson. Yeah, Dan's bench does get improvement with that.
Yeah. Like I said it for the draft grades, I don't think Darren Waller. I think Darren Waller isn't going to have like the stellar season that people are or for like a tight end 4. I think Andrews will really be solid, if not tight end 1. But you got to find a better flex player than Darren Waller, in my opinion.
Just a lot of options on that offense.
Yeah. Especially, we haven't talked about it yet, but it was proven from week 1. Like, this is a high scoring league. Like, with the full PPR, the half point per first down, the way receivers play today, like, you're an okay tight end that might score once a game isn't a flex player in this league. Unfortunately, you have to like go big. All right, so I'll go with MJ. Another player on the bottom of the draft grade, still showing us both up. When you have Mahomes, man, like, that's your rose. That's your point of the week. It's your point of the season. It's gonna be great. And he's playing tonight on Thursday Night Football. That should be a high scoring game to kick off a good week too. Looking forward, my punt for MJ, Eckler, Thielen, David Montgomery. I think all should have better games. Eckler especially, as the number 3 tight end.
He only got 50% or 52% of the snap share or snap count, which was like not what he had last year. Last year he was dominant in terms of the percentage.
Yeah, and they didn't even play Isaiah Spiller. I think he was not dressed. So I mean, as the Chargers guy, like I do think that'll change, but week 1 in general is just very strange. Like, players that don't play in preseason, injuries that are getting shaken out. Like, what is true in week 1, I think, is still to be determined. My pick for MJ is, with the Cowboys theme from your discussion with CD, I think Elliott is going to take a massive step back, losing Dak, but also we mentioned this in the draft grades. The Cowboys lost their left tackle, Tyron Smith, in the preseason, and he's like top 3 left tackle in the league. And I think during week 1 they lost their left guard too. I'm not sure how long he's out for, but Elliott's not going to be the guy, to do all the pass catching work when the Cowboys are down big and Cooper Rush needs to dump off. I think that's going to be Pollard. So
yeah, Cowboys are aging like Jerry Jones.
Yeah, it's not looking good for the Cowboys.
Roshan.
So this time around we did have to do a little self-reflection. I had a really good week 1. I just got stomped by Martin. So I do feel good, but it's kind of bittersweet. It doesn't feel great because I took the L.
Yeah.
I have a tough next 3 weeks. So pros, Darrell Henderson potentially being the RB1 on the Rams, and like the way he was running
that was surprising.
Really good. And I got him in the 10th round. So that might be awesome. My punt, what I'm looking forward to is hopefully the Panthers have a better usage scheme for Christian McCaffrey. I think this might be a Baker CMC thing. Baker did not look to like dump off passes to CMC in this game, and the Panthers actually just didn't really look very good at all against the Browns last week. So I should have gotten more points out of CMC. I hope that changes. This could easily turn into a pick for me. But my pick for now, I feel like it's Kyle Pitts, like at 3. Like
he had 0 points too, right?
He had 0 points. Gabe flamed me for picking him that early. He's my like keeper strategy pick, like getting him at 3, hoping he'll be like Kelsey or Andrews that get picked in the 2nd round every year. He's also a freak of nature athlete. Like he should be a good player. I just don't know if it's going to happen.
There was some stat from his rookie season. Like the only other wide receiver who had stats like that was Randy Moss. So it's like people had big expectations for him. It could just be the QB play.
It could be the QB play. I do love Mariota. I do think the pro there is that I saw that he was on the field like 87% of the time and running routes like 90% of those. So could just be a week 1 thing. So why don't you get into some self-reflection?
Well, I think I had the biggest week change from our power rankings to sleepers. So I moved 9 spots down. Just like Geno Smith said, though. They wrote me off. I didn't write back, though. So I'm coming back. My point, Javonte Williams caught 11 of 12 passes. I got to remind everyone, we're playing PPR. All right? My running back, 2, caught 11 passes. That was fucking sweet. I'd love to see that. And he did fumble a goal line carry. It wouldn't have changed at all the outcome of the game. But I think Javonte Williams, good pick for me. Felt good about that. My punt, Trey Lance had 13 carries. You tell me if your quarterback's getting 13 carries.
Yeah, I'm not taking anything like meaningful out of that Chicago game.
He did play in a monsoon.
Yeah.
But yeah, I actually feel like okay about Trey Lance right now. Really tough first game to come out and play to start the season. So I gotta watch this week. This week will be interesting to see. And then the pick is Allen Robinson. What did I pick him in? I think I picked him as my 4th round pick, and got me like no points. It was another goose egg on the board. And while I was a little afraid that he might be a dud, Sean McVay came out and said they got to get Robinson the ball more. So I'm hoping that was just, week 1 synergy issues, and he comes back. So I am not benching him. I'm playing him this week. We're going with Robinson.
So I saw that McVay interview too, and I own Robinson in another league, and that made me feel good. But
you benching him?
No, I'm starting him week 2. But my concern is that I saw some footage from week 1 on like his routes, like during passing downs and passing plays. He would just run like stick routes, kind of like go up 5 yards, turn back, go up 5 yards, turn back. So like that makes me feel like they don't trust him with the playbook, or they're not giving him much creativity. Like it may be a few weeks, it may be like mid-season before we see Allen Robinson. If you with fantasy, like if you don't get there till mid-season, you're gonna be in bad shape. So
I got people that I'm comfortable starting, and it's just I got to make it's hard to
you're gonna have
start someone over your 4th round pick.
I feel that. Yeah. All right, Carlisle. And I mean, honestly, pretty much everybody that we drafted high like ended up at the bottom of these rankings. So what do we know? This is why we're not experts, but
No, we're experts.
point. I mean, Devonte Adams had 17 targets, 10 catches. Like he's gonna put a dominant, he's gonna just dominate this season. And I'm not a believer in Josh Jacobs. I think Darren Waller's good. Hunter Renfro's good. They're not gonna have. Darren Waller isn't going to have as good of a season as he has previously. Hunter Renfrow might just be just as good, but I think the Raiders are going to throw. They're going to throw a lot. I think this could be one of Devontae's best years ever, based off how Week 1 went. What are you looking forward to? Punt. I think Kamara in a couple other leagues, like Kamara will be fine. I think you'll have better days ahead. Pick losing Elijah Mitchell and then just not spending the money to get the backup.
What was up with that? What did he bid?
I don't know. Let's see what he bid. He bid 33. So
That's
I mean,
decent. I think last year for Elijah Mitchell, do you remember what I bid?
yeah,
I
like
might have bid,
60.
like 60 something.
There was like a trade war going on for that. So
Yeah.
let me take a quick look at Carlisle's team. Like, who are his running backs? Yeah, so Kamara, ETN, I think will play better. Khalil Herbert, actually. So a lot of
He started Khalil Herbert.
Yeah. I mean, Khalil Herbert had a touchdown too. So Kenyon Drake, Madison, Mitchell,
He
Pierce.
did pick up Drake.
He has a lot of good. I think he has a lot of decent running backs, but nobody that's gonna like really run up the points like Kamara. So
Yeah,
that's fine. All right, Preston.
All right, bottom of the barrel. Preston takes our last spot in the power rankings, supplants Dan as trash of the league. All right, let's talk about Preston's team. All right, his point is Stafford literally only had eyes for Cooper Kupp. Like, I'm watching this game, I'm like, yo, let's throw to Robinson a little bit. Literally, it felt like he's throwing a Kupp every single play. So that's got to feel good.
I mean, Preston started off the week like really hot.
Yeah, Preston felt good to start for sure. The punt, it can only get better from here, right? I mean, that's really all I can say about
Dude,
Preston's
he
team.
didn't score 100 points.
In the updated league settings. I mean, in our old league settings, Preston's probably scoring 60.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah. Sucks. Especially right before the birthday week. So the pick, it looks like Cam Akers is the bust of the season so far.
Yeah, I think the verdict's still out on Allen Robinson, but Cam Akers, I think it's
almost done. And we said during original power rankings review, Cam Akers is coming back from an Achilles tear. I saw some report. There is no running back that's ever come back from an Achilles tear and been at the same production level as before. So it looks like Cam is washed. That sucks, especially because that was probably a 3rd or 4th round draft pick as well for Preston.
Yeah. Achilles tear. James Robinson also is coming off, but I think he is hopefully the exception. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
They're different players for sure. So, but just the way that Cam Akers looked, the way that the Rams also have Darrell Henderson, and the way they use him and the rest of the passing offense, Cam Akers might not be very useful for long. All right, sure. That is power rankings. We're gonna update that every week. Keep our little notes and grades in there so you can use that as fuel the fire or just some friendly competition. So
love it.
Is that and don't want to take up too much more time this week, but I do want to announce the week 2 game of the week, which I had decided pretty much on Sunday what it was going to be, and I changed it this morning.
Ooh, so last minute gut instinct hit you?
Yeah, well, gut instinct, but also so I'll tell you. So after the week 1 performances by Gabe and Martin, who are playing each other this upcoming week 2, that seemed like the no-brainer, right? Game of the week. I changed my mind based off the trash talk going on in the group chat this morning. My game of the week for week 2 is going to be Matt versus Brandon.
Oh, I like it.
That is, they both won last week. So, and I mean, Brandon is 2 in the power rankings. Dude, Matt is 6 in the power rankings. So
Brandon hit Matt with Jester of the Commonwealth.
Yeah.
And then
And
Matt responded with his meme in the group chat. Matt's on his meme game.
Matt's on the meme game, so that'll be game 2, week 2 game of the week. Whoever wins, jump on the pod and talk some smack.
Honestly, I gotta say one thing. Like Matt's memeing, and when he just like drops like a cropped picture of someone's face, he's done that twice now. It's giving me boomer vibes.
Yeah. Like his team.
Yeah, well, just Matt. Like Matt making a meme makes me feel like it's like the equivalent of Chugi.
Yeah,
but
like Chantilly memes days with like the old school.
Yeah. But
all right, that's
I
all.
like that game of the week.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll see you all on Sunday. I'm gonna be doing some red zoning. I'm kicking up, chilling, watching the game. Might have some wings.
Yeah, sounds good, man. I'll see you all on Thursday. Justin Herbert and the Chargers are going to upset the Chiefs, so should be a good game.
Let's go. I hope so.
Yeah.
Mike Williams, baby. Let's
Mike
ride.
Williams, 2 tutties.
All right. Peace out. 2nd and 9. You heard it here first.
See ya.